Hello everyone. Today we will learn 11 ways to ask questions in Korean. First, if you add a question mark to a verb ending in the yo form and raise the intonation at the end, it becomes a question. For example, in Korean,
학교에 가다.
means to go to school in English. For those new to Korean, I will give you a brief explanation.
학교.
Means school in English.
에.
It's a locational particle similar to the English preposition to. And
가다.
is a verb meaning to go. To change the dictionary form of this verb to the present tense, remove the ending.
다.
All that remains is the verb stem. Add the honorific ending
아요.
to the stem to make a polite speech. To change this declarative sentence into an interrogative sentence, add a question mark at the end and read it with the ending raised. It becomes a question. Well then, let's compare present tense and present simple questions.
학교에 가요. 학교에 가요?
We just learned that if you add a question mark to the present tense, it becomes a question. Now, let's learn how to ask questions by tense. Here, if you remove the question mark from the interrogative sentence, it becomes a declarative sentence. The word order in Korean interrogative sentences does not change like in English. Also, when you ask a question to someone you are talking to, you can omit the subject in the question because the person you are asking the question to is clear. So in the past tense, we ask, did you go to school yesterday?
어제 학교에 갔어요?
Yesterday.
어제.
To school.
학교에.
Did you go?
갔어요?
In the present tense, we ask, is today a school day?
오늘 학교 가는 날인가요?
Today.
오늘.
A school day.
학교 가는 날.
Is.
인가요?
And in the future tense, we ask, are you going to school tomorrow?
내일 학교에 갈 거예요?
Tomorrow.
내일.
To school.
학교에.
Are you going?
갈 거예요?
To learn how to make verb tenses, click above. Now let's look at how to use question endings depending on the level of formality and distance. Korean question endings change completely, depending on your relationship with the person you're talking to. For example, we will learn how to ask, have you eaten? In Korean at various levels of formality and social distance. Okay, let's start with the most formal expressions first.
진지 잡수셨습니까? 진지 잡수셨습니까? 식사하셨습니까? 식사하셨습니까? 습니까? 비읍니까?
In the most formal settings, you can use this tone to speak to someone who is distant or an older person. You use it when speaking to elders in the family, to elders you have just met, or to highly respected elders. It is also used in official or formal situations, such as job interviews. Polite and respectful question ending. Now let's look at more comfortable honorific language.
식사하셨어요? 식사하셨어요? 밥 드셨어요? 밥 드셨어요?
We say
세요?
in the present tense and
쉬었어요?
in the past tense. You say this to your boss or older people. It's polite yet natural. The
아요? 어요?
ending is the most commonly used form when speaking politely yet in a friendly way. For example,
밥 먹었어요? 밥 먹었어요?
this is more friendly honorific language. You use this with colleagues or people you're not super close to, but need to be polite with. Now let's look at casual speech used with friends or younger people.
밥 먹었어? 밥 먹었어?
Or,
아?
this is the most basic casual question form, commonly used with friends or younger people. Lastly, these are expressions used between very close friends.
밥 먹었니? 밥 먹었니?
The ending,
니?
has a softer and warmer feeling. You use this with family members or in very close relationships.
밥 먹었냐? 밥 먹었냐?
The question ending,
야?
feels a bit rough, but it's fine between close friends. The 3 levels above are types of polite speech,
존댓말,
and the 2 below are types of casual speech.
반말,
And these 2 types of speech are the most commonly used in everyday life. Here's a tip. Korea went through war and poverty in the past, so people often went hungry. Because of this, asking, "Have you eaten?" became a common way to greet someone and show concern for their health or well-being. Of course, sometimes it really does mean, "Did you eat?" But usually it's just a friendly greeting to check in on how you're doing. Let's practice a few more sentences to get used to different levels of formal speech. What are you doing?
뭐 하십니까? 뭐 하십니까? 뭐 하세요? 뭐 하세요? 뭐 해요? 뭐 해요? 뭐 해? 뭐 해? 뭐 하니? 뭐 하니? 뭐 하냐? 뭐 하냐?
Let me give you another example. Most formal and distant tone.
어디 가십니까? 어디 가십니까?
Polite and respectful tone.
어디 가세요? 어디 가세요?
Polite and friendly tone.
어디 가요? 어디 가요?
Casual and friendly tone.
어디 가? 어디 가?
Very casual tone between close friends.
어디 가니? 어디 가니? 어디 가냐? 어디 가냐?
Now you can see how honorific and casual speech are used, can't you? If you've followed along this far, you might feel overwhelmed by the many forms of formal speech. However, beginners can start with the most commonly used polite form,
아요? 어요?
which is friendly yet respectful. Then, it's easy to understand the informal form, which is simply the same ending without yo. Once you learn these, the rest will quickly become familiar. Next, we'll learn about the question words in Korean. They are especially useful when you want to ask for more details or clarify something. Here are the most common Korean question words: who, when, where, what, why, how, which, and what kind of. Now, let's learn the Korean question words and practice how they are used through examples. Who?
누구? 누구?
Who is it?
누구예요? 누구예요?
When?
언제? 언제?
When shall we meet?
언제 만나요? 언제 만나요?
Where?
어디? 어디?
Where are you going?
어디 가세요? 어디 가세요?
What?
뭐? 무엇?
What are you doing?
뭐 해요? 뭐 해요?
Why?
왜? 왜?
Why are you like that?
왜 그래요? 왜 그래요?
How?
어떻게? 어떻게?
How did you come?
어떻게 왔어요? 어떻게 왔어요?
Which?
어느? 어느?
Which one do you like better?
어느 것이 더 좋아요? 어느 것이 더 좋아요?
What kind of?
어떤? 어떤?
What kind of dog do you like?
어떤 개를 좋아해요? 어떤 개를 좋아해요?
어느 is used when the choices are limited or fixed. For example, which do you like more, white or black? On the other hand, 어떤 is used when the choices are many or open-ended. For example, what kind of dog do you like? It's also used to ask about characteristics or qualities. For example, what kind of person are you?
당신은 어떤 사람이에요? 당신은 어떤 사람이에요?
Okay, next. Here's an example that's actually a suggestion or request, but takes the form of a question. Shall we go?
갈까요? 갈까요?
It looks like a question, but it is a suggestion, meaning let's go. Can you help me?
좀 도와줄래? 좀 도와줄래?
It looks like a question, but it is a request, meaning help me. Indirect questions. Next, let's look at indirect questions. These look like normal sentences, but inside them, there is a hidden question. Koreans use them when they want to be polite and less direct. For example, instead of asking, "Do you know who that person is?" we say, "I wonder who that person is."
그 사람이 누구인지 궁금해요. 그 사람이 누구인지 궁금해요.
Instead of asking, "When are you coming?" we say, "Tell me when you will come."
언제 올지 말해주세요. 언제 올지 말해주세요.
Next, choice questions. These give two or more options to choose from. This is the A or B style of choice question. You can use three different question endings.
A예요? B예요? A 할까요? B 할까요? A 할래요? B 할래요?
If you add yo at the end, it becomes polite honorific speech. If you drop yo, it turns into casual speech. The casual form of yeo is yeah. Now, let's look at some examples of choice questions. Do you want coffee or tea?
커피 마실까요? 차 마실까요? 커피 마실까요? 차 마실까요?
Are you going home or staying longer?
집에 갈 거예요? 더 있을 거예요? 집에 갈 거예요? 더 있을 거예요?
Do you want to do this or that?
이거 할래요? 저거 할래요? 이거 할래요? 저거 할래요?
Next, rhetorical questions. They look like questions, but they're not really asking for an answer. Instead, they express feelings or opinions. Let me give you some examples. Wouldn't I have known that?
내가 그걸 몰랐겠니? 내가 그걸 몰랐겠니?
It means, of course I knew that. Why on earth would I do that?
도대체 왜 그런 짓을 했겠어? 도대체 왜 그런 짓을 했겠어?
This expression is used to describe the speaker's anger or frustration. It means I did that because I was angry or frustrated. Who wouldn't do that?
누가 그걸 못하겠어? 누가 그걸 못하겠어?
It means anyone can do that. Would I be the kind of person to do that to you?
내가 너한테 그럴 사람이야? 내가 너한테 그럴 사람이야?
It means I'm not that kind of person. Ninth, exclamatory questions. Sometimes Koreans use a question form to emphasize their feelings. Even though it looks like a question, it's really an exclamation of surprise or emotion. For example, how can you be this pretty?
어떻게 이렇게 예쁠 수가 있지? 어떻게 이렇게 예쁠 수가 있지?
Does this even make sense?
이게 정말 말이 돼? 이게 정말 말이 돼?
Isn't this so delicious?
너무 맛있는 거 아냐? 너무 맛있는 거 아냐?
10th, confirmation questions. In Korean, you can add ji or jo, short for geo, as a question ending. This works like saying, right? In English, when you want to check or confirm with the listener. Ji is the casual form and jo, or geo, is the polite form. Let me give you an example. You are tired, right? In casual speech,
반말. 피곤하지?
and in polite speech,
존댓말. 피곤하죠?
or
피곤하지요?
let's repeat this again.
피곤하지? 피곤하죠? 피곤하지요?
You are hungry, right?
배고프지? 배고프죠? 배고프지요?
Next, everyday question phrases. Here are some simple and common question phrases you'll hear a lot in daily Korean conversation. What's wrong? What's the matter?
무슨 일이에요? 무슨 일이야? 뭐가 문제야?
What's going on?
무슨 일 있어요? 무슨 일 있어? 잘 지내?
What's up?
별일 없어요? 별일 없어? 잘 지내?
Really?
진짜예요? 진짜야? 정말?
What did you say?
뭐라고 하셨어요? 뭐라고요? 뭐라고?
What do you mean?
무슨 뜻이에요? 무슨 뜻이야?
When is it?
언제예요? 언제야?
What are you up to?
뭐 하고 계세요? 뭐 하고 있어?
How dare you?
어떻게 감히? 내가 감히?
You've learned various types of questions. Not all questions require answers, so practice them often and apply them to your daily life. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and hit the like.